I am Sharon Tinberg, owner of Rags to Riches. I have the website Success Made Easy. And today I'm going to briefly cover solos and teams. There are a lot of things to look at regarding this subject, so I will start with which is better and what are the cleaner roles and responsibilities of a three-person team. In my next session, I will do the two-person team. Obviously, when you first start out, a solo is best if you are not going to be planning on cleaning homes. It takes 20 repeat clients to get a full schedule for one cleaner, and that does not happen overnight. When you're a new company, it can actually take as long as 3 to 4 months to attain that client workload. So you cannot afford to have someone working for you full time, much less 2 cleaners living on your savings. When the first cleaner gets to 16 clients, you will want to start looking for the second cleaner. And this is when you will need to make a decision to have them work alone or as a team with your current cleaner. They will want to know that at the time of their interview. Regardless of what your decision is, I would start them off as a team because it is so much easier to train on a team. They can learn the bathrooms, clean them for a few days, learn the kitchen, clean it for a few days. Same with the dusting. So they will be really thoroughly trained by the time you have acquired your 20th, 21st, 22nd client, and you can now split some off and give each one of them their own workload. Or you can keep them both together as a team until you have 36 clients, and then you add a third clean to that team until you have 56 repeat clients. And then you split away the one of the 2 partners that's the strongest, and you promote them to a supervisor's job and you hire them a partner. That's how I developed 3-people teams. Of course, that does not answer the question of which is better. I believe the coronavirus is pushing owners toward solos. Less people, less spread of the virus. Makes sense. I do also believe, however, just like I think face masks will go away because people don't really care for them, solos eventually will not work in all homes. Homes are the size of ours in Texas, where they start at 3,000 square feet in some subdivisions. These busy owners do not want a cleaner in their home all morning or all afternoon. And those houses could be all day. But is this the best for the cleaning service owner? And particularly their net profit. If you have a few jobs and they are far apart, solos are clearly the best for profit. Common sense tells you the less people in the car, the less payroll between jobs. And this is important to look at. If you've been listening to Liz Trotter and Tom Stewart on their Facebook Live show, they're calling all the expenses incurred while going from one home to another and while cleaning it efficiency. So you leave your first job, from the time you get in that car until you finish that job is efficiency. The actual time spent cleaning a home is productivity. That's actually a very clear and easy way to look at it, in my opinion. And it makes you also take a look at all the time you're wasting when you're not cleaning. I do know that when it comes to productivity, 2 cleaners will always be faster than 1, and 3 will always be faster than 2. My teams of 3 cleaned 800 square feet per hour per cleaner in a repeat home. But there are 2 key factors, KFs, that I want to discuss here. First is thorough training of your company's processes and procedures for cleaning a home. And second is the roles and responsibilities of each cleaner in that home. Today I'm going to cover cleaner roles and responsibilities for a 3-person team, which seems to give the owners the most challenges. I would submit that this is the way 3-person teams can operate the most efficiently, assuming each player is attaining their productivity requirements in the areas they are responsible for cleaning. So what are the cleaner roles and responsibilities on a 3-person team? They are very defined. One person is a kitchen person and they only clean kitchens and floors. The other person is a bathroom person and they only clean bathrooms and floors. And the third person is a dusting person and they only dust and clean floors. They do not cross in the home, and my players never crossed from home to home. That is key to making a 3-person team work. So when the 3 people get in the home, the kitchen and the bathroom person first change the linens on the beds or make up the beds and take the dirty linens to the laundry room. At the same time they are preparing the beds, the duster, usually the supervisor, goes to the farthest bathroom from the front door and removes the trash and rugs and long dusts the bathroom. We only carry one long duster in a home for simplicity, and because it works this way. All rooms must be long dusted, but we do not want cleaners wasting time running back and forth sharing a long duster. So we simply have the duster do all of the long dusting in the entire house in steps. As I said, they also remove the rugs and trash from the bathrooms, and there's a reason why we have them do that while they're there, because they have to put them back at the end of the house. A big issue for quality is having the supervisor check the home at the end of the cleaning, especially if they're in a hurry. We kind of trick them into doing this and walking the full home, because they're the only ones who can replace the rugs and the trash containers, which are usually on the 2nd floor and the 1st floor. They will catch things as they do that. So the duster follows this process in all the bathrooms, and then they long dust the kitchen. When completed with the kitchen, they go back to the farthest room in the home from the front door, and they long dust that room, and then they short dust it. They continue that process until the entire home is dusted. We do not long dust an entire home and then short dust it because of the trauma to the neck when long dusting. If a cleaner long dusts a 3,800 square foot home all at once, the ceilings and the baseboards, they'll feel some pain at the end of the day. If you've ever done this, you know exactly what I mean. We don't need to lose a great cleaner to workers' comp, which is more money, just because we do not have a cleaner-friendly system for cleaning. When they are finished dusting, they help with the floors, either the large vacuuming, mini vacuuming, or mopping, depending upon the progress of the kitchen person at this point. So let's go back to the kitchen person. When they are done making the beds with the bathroom person, they go directly to the kitchen and clean it. When they are finished with cleaning the kitchen floor, they take whatever vacuum they need upstairs or to the furthest end of a 1-story and start vacuuming the floors. The dusting and bathroom should be completed by this time, and they can just keep on vacuuming their way down the stairs or their way through the house. The bathroom person, of course, when finished making the beds, goes directly to the farthest bathroom in the house from the front door and cleans it. When they are finished cleaning all of the bathrooms, they help with the mopping of the floors. When the bathroom cleaner steps into the floors to help, the supervisor steps out and they go to the farthest end of the house and start putting the trash cans and rugs back and checking the home. When the kitchen and bathroom cleaners are done with the floors, one of them packs up the car and gets it ready for the next job, and the other one puts flyers on the 6 surrounding the home they cleaned. This is the perfect clean, right down to finding more homes to clean in the neighborhood. In my opinion, this is the most efficient way to clean a home, if you're set up for it. Again, you need enough clients to make the driving work, and you really need company vehicles for this to work. But there are also some other advantages. You can use company vehicles because you have the margins, because they bring in a lot of revenue. Company vehicles really help when you're recruiting new employees. That's why I went to them. It's fun to have 3 people working together as a team. I do believe their longevity is longer because they've built a rapport in their own little team. Especially, if they've been there for a year together as a team, they're going to last a while. They're in and out of homes rapidly, so if they run into a horrible client, they don't have to put up with her for very long. Actually, both the cleaners and the very busy clients are very happy with the small amount of time that they are in one another's way, especially with the coronavirus. There are 3 employees who know their repeat clients, so when a cleaner is absent or on vacation, it's pretty transparent to the client. They know 2 out of 3 people are walking in their door, and they feel pretty assured that everything will be covered, and it will, because you've got 2 cleaners helping this 3rd person know what to do in that home. Although you're back to your efficiency problem there. Employee turnover also is much more transparent to the client, or promotions are more transparent to the client, because if you're building a company, you're moving fast and you're pulling a partner out of their home, out of homes a lot to become a supervisor, maybe once a month. The cleaners like it because there's a little time between homes, even if they're cleaning all in one block where they can rest a little bit, and they certainly don't have to tack the entire home themselves. The last thing I have to say is to make this work, you have to have outstanding quality. If you lose a client in a 3-block area where you have 4 other clients, you now have to have your team drive to a new area to pick up that lost job. And there goes your efficiency. And oftentimes, these people all know one another, and you will probably lose 2 or 3 more of them instead of gaining another 5 in that area. We clean 95 homes a day and target marketed by the area. So some days we actually had 2 teams in the 3-block area. If it's a gated community, what a great way to get 5 more clients when you have 2 company cars with your names on them in the neighborhood. Soon you're going to have 3 full days of work in that neighborhood. But your quality has to be 5-star, outstanding every single time you clean one of those homes. The final key factor, or KF, of making this work, and perhaps the most important KF, is your management style. 3-person teams require tightly documented policies and procedures and tight management of those policies and procedures. You need to have strong supervisors in place and strong field managers in place. If you do this, the system offers rapid scalability, if that's what you have in mind. You can get really big relatively fast this way. If that's not your goal, solos might be the best for you. Okay, so one more last KF that made my cleaners so very fast. And then I will close with my flow chart so you can see how I manage the 3-person teams. No one in my company changed positions. A duster was always a duster, a kitchen person was always a kitchen person, and a bathroom person only did bathrooms. You can imagine how fast a cleaner gets when they have cleaned the same bathrooms in the same home 26 times in a year. Or maybe 26 times in 10 years now. They know what needs to be treated and what does not need to be treated. So they don't waste any time checking out the house, which kills their efficiency. Quality is higher because they know that one area so well and only have to remember what the client said about that one area. Breakage is definitely lower because, again, they know all of the little hidden traps in that client's home. They know which picture is going to fall off the wall if they don't have their hand on it when they're dusting it, or both hands on it when they're dusting it. And they remember that picture every time they go in the home because they almost broke it once. Why take a risk with another duster? Or why add to 2 cleaners' efficiency time because one cleaner needs to spend time explaining to the other cleaner where all the traps are in the home? As far as the cleaners are concerned, my cleaners loved it. They really never want to change positions. Maybe that's because it's the only world they ever knew. If I asked them to change positions, they would generally answer no. I like my bathrooms, I'm keeping them clean, I'm not following anybody else, they're in great shape, so my job's easy. The only time I would hear some dissension is when I had a new experienced cleaner who came from a company who switched roles, and they wanted that to happen at my company. And they could always find a few followers to help them promote their cause. So this is why I say you have to have strong supervisors and managers in place to make this work. My supervisors would look at them and go, "Are you crazy? Why would you put me under that stress learning a whole new area when I already know this one?" They could quiet that dissension because they truly believed in the system. I have 2 clients who went to this system with the exact results I shared with you. They grew fast. As a matter of fact, both of them today are multi-million-dollar companies. But ironically, they both got talked into allowing their cleaners to change roles a few years ago. 1 year later, when their growth had cut in half and their consistently 5-star reviews had suddenly dropped to 3s and 4s, they started digging into the problem. And you know what the answer was. They stopped allowing position changes. This is my flow chart when we were cleaning 95 homes per day. Your field managers and supervisors are your absolute key factors. A strong supervisor will care about efficiency and productivity and make you so much money. Let me give you an example of this. A strong supervisor will review the flow of the home while driving to the next job, not sit in front of the house and now start looking at stuff. Now, it may surprise you, but I prefer that the supervisor not be the driver so they could perform all of these things while they're driving, while the partner is driving. Sitting in a client's driveway doing all the things that a supervisor needs to do really kills a team's efficiency. So I had 2 partners reporting to a working supervisor and 6 supervisors reporting to a field manager. The field managers did report to me, not my office manager. We had 1 weekly managers meeting. I had a weekly one-on-one with each one of my managers. And I facilitated 1 full company meeting. That was the extent of my involvement. I did hours and hours and hours of volunteer work. And that is how I got a name out in the community to get 754 repeat clients. I believe repeat clients come from networking, not the internet. But that's a rabbit trail. I hope this gave you some idea of how 3-person teams can work. I wanted to share this with you so you could hear the other side of the story. When it comes to 3 cleaner teams, they can be remarkably successful. Tomorrow, I will cover the flow of 2 cleaner teams, which I used for the first 10 years of my business, and they brought me my first million. So they too can be remarkably successful. The last 10 were teams of 3. If you'd like the flow in writing to give to your supervisors or your managers or your partners without my editorial comments, you can purchase it online. English is $10, Spanish is $15. Just go to my website, successmadeeasy.com, search 2- and 3-person team roles and responsibilities, and click on Read More. Thanks for listening, stay safe, and see you next time for 2 Cleaner Teams.